Deshaun Watson has looked really good. He talked about the offense being locked in and his confidence level.
That's just for anybody. If you stop doing something for so long, you just naturally lose that confidence because you haven't been playing at that level. So you forget, your body and your muscle memory forget how fast and how to, do things, but it never loses it. So whenever I got back on the field last year, I was building that confidence up, took a break, came back, tried to build it back up, but having this off season and being full throttle definitely have caught back up with me. So just like I said before, just keep stacking the days. Everyone in that locker room, especially the receivers, the skill guys, the tight ends, even the running backs have been locked in. And it starts with me. It starts with the quarterback room with me, Josh, Kellen, and DT. We got to come up here and lead the guys in the huddle. Have that confidence, that energy, and as we do that, then the receiver's going to do that. And they know that everyone can get the ball. It don't matter who's in the game, Amari, Elijah, Mike Harley, anybody. If Till, if he's out there, he's able to get the ball. You got to be full speed, got to know what to do, and be ready to catch the ball when we come. So, it all starts with the quarterback position, and then it trickles down throughout the team.
And Tim, he was also asked, is he ready to say that he's knocked off the rust? And he said, no, he won't be ready to do that until regular season. So everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard leads me to believe his head's in the right spot, which is step one to getting where he wants to be.
Yeah, it seems like he's saying all the right things. And, based on the mini camp and how he's looked, especially on those highlights you see on Twitter, it looks like he's doing all the right things on the field. I think, obviously playing those 6 games, yeah, it didn't look good most of the time. You did see flashes, but by and large, it wasn't Deshaun Watson that we've been used to seeing throughout his career. And you can point to a ton of factors. You could point to the off-field issues, taking a toll on him, emotionally, whatever. You could point to just, being thrown in the middle of the season after your offense had been used to playing a certain way for 11 games, and all of a sudden they have to change up the final 6 games of the season. And how you play down the stretch of the season when you're essentially eliminated from the playoffs. So there was so much, I think, that went against Deshaun Watson that it naturally showed on the field. And we have to remember, he is human. These guys are human. This is not Madden. So you have to understand that going in. But I think what helps Deshaun Watson is he's had those 6 games. He's seen full speed football again. And, the Browns have done a good job to really reload the offense and give him a lot of extra weapons to work with. He's apparently, based on things he said, he's had some suggestions of what the offense should look like going into 2023 and beyond. So I think he understands, what he has to do. And by and large, he could just focus on football and being the best version of himself that he can be. And, based on what you saw, those last couple seasons, Houston, particularly 2020, or like I said, if Deshaun Watson wasn't there, we're talking about a 1-win football team in 2020. If it wasn't for him putting up the numbers that he did, if he comes close to that, this Browns team really is in the mix for a playoff spot and maybe something more in the AFC.